What is going on, guys?
Shit, no.
Oh yeah, what's up, fellas?
Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to another rendition of the Bros and the Berg Podcast. I'm Ryan Doyle with our executive producer Connor Doyle and our other more talented co-host Bobby Bergstone. This evening will be packed full of content for our listeners on Spotify and YouTube, as we will be live reacting to the NFL Draft tonight. So this is taking place in the evening of April 28th, and we're going to watch Robbie watch his Carolina Panthers take a quarterback at the 6th pick and then watch him get violently drunk afterwards.
And if that happens, I will be live streaming me buying an Indianapolis Colts jersey because I will no longer be a Panthers fan. I will only care about my beloved Colts. So keep an eye out for that because it's going to happen. I'm going to be really sad.
Cowboys got a later pick in the first round draft. Connor, are we reacting to that as well to get my little feelings?
Yeah, I mean
misery?
Lord knows NFL draft. Like that'll be 2.5 hours later. Like,
well, but we can still be recording. You could cut it in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So
we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna react to pretty much the first 7 picks, and then we'll come back because the Panthers are at or 6. I can't remember for some reason. I can't remember if it's 6 or 7.
They're at 6.
Good lord. Okay, the first 6 picks because the Panthers are at 6, and that's Robbie's team, but maybe not for much longer. We'll see. Evidently, there's been reports from the Panthers front office. So the owner has said that he has confidence in the Panthers coach and in Sam Darnold, but however the GM has had conflicting statements in which he says that Darnold should expect them to possibly take a quarterback tonight. So the Panthers pick is going to be quite interesting.
I mean, I don't know why you'd have any confidence in Rule or Sam Darnold. I think he just has to say that in case they don't draft a quarterback.
Yeah,
true. I thought Rule was decent. The end of last season really fell apart.
He looks like me, like doing calculus, like just being extremely confused at all times. Like the man looks like you just whipped out a triple integral on him in the middle of the game the entire time. And then after the game, he's like, yeah, we would have won if the players had just played better. It's like, bro, you looked so lost the entire game. Don't give me that. Like I don't think you knew what planet you were on for like the entire fourth quarter.
His defensive coordinator asked him like if he wants to go do a cover 2, and he's like, "What? What is that?
A what? Our defensive coordinator, I think, is actually very good. But Matt Rule is lost.
Does Rule have better clock management than Mike McCarthy?
I don't think so. Like honestly,
that's wild because
I don't think so.
A 10-year-old toaster has better clock management than Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott.
Jokes on you. Matt Rule is a 8-year-old toaster, so he's not as experienced as Mike McCarthy.
Well, this is the content that you subscribe for here. We're relating our coaches to different ages of toasters.
What's your guys' favorite type of toaster?
The one that makes toast.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Such a lame answer.
Toaster? No, a toaster oven.
Toaster oven goes hard.
Yeah.
We've never owned a toaster oven.
We didn't know when we had to live upstairs for a little bit. Remember when they were remodeling the kitchen?
Hey, no.
Oh wait, you weren't there.
I was in college.
Sorry, I just think
dunk on him, Loki.
Yeah, Loki. All right, well, Goodell's coming up to the stage.
Who are the guys behind Goodell?
They're just hyping him up, bro.
Did Goodell bring hype man this time?
Yeah, he brought hype man, bro. All
right, so first pick, I think for a while everyone thought it'd be Aiden Hutchinson. Recent reports are saying that's probably not the case, and it will be Trayvon Walker out of Georgia. What do you guys think?
I heard the Jags are really trying to shop this pick.
I don't blame that. Is there anyone in this draft that you're that excited about? No. Like, honestly.
No. It's wild. It's like the most underwhelming draft of like the last at least 5 years.
Which is funny because it means it'll like have the most
Ice Cube, bro.
What is
Ice Cube?
What is happening?
Is he gonna do a song?
Fuck the police, coming straight.
Imagine.
Dude, why do they have to wait the whole time, right? Like, you know who you're gonna pick. So why can't you just make
10 minutes?
10 minutes a pick?
Yeah, I forgot it was so long, dude.
It was 5.
I thought it was 5 as well. All right, we might have to hop into the podcast, fellas.
Yeah, we might have to hop into it. For Jacksonville specifically, they decided on their franchise tag. Their franchise tag was their left tackle Cam Robinson. So obviously Jaguar. Oh, their pick is in.
Oh, the pick is in. Okay, good stuff.
It said it was
Cam Robinson from the University of Alabama.
Yes, sir. I do like that.
They tip at 10 o'clock.
What'd you say, Ryan?
We watching that, John, right?
Yeah, of course.
With the first pick in the 2022
NFL
draft, the Jacksonville
Jaguars select.
Trayvon Walker.
Oh, it wasn't Hutchinson.
Yeah, I told you. Oh, they've been talking about him all week that they decided that's who they wanted.
The Jags fans
I don't totally know when that happened. But.
The Jags fans seem to be okay with it.
The Lions are going to put this pick in.
It has to be Hutchinson. Yeah, we have. Let's watch this.
They're running
8 minutes.
Well, they already put it in. Detroit already put it in.
I told you.
It's probably like if they didn't get Hutchinson, they would have taken that first guy, and if they didn't get the first guy, they would have taken Hutchinson. So like,
they might not take that first guy. I don't know.
Hello, Aiden.
NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, there he is. Who's surprised?
They pick.
The Houston Texans select Derek Stingley Jr.
Who?
Oh, the cornerback from LSU.
Oh, see, yeah, you called it, Robbie. You said cornerback.
That's a quarterback or offensive tackle. I'm surprised it's not Sauce Gardner.
The Giants are obviously coming up to Robbie.
Sorry.
The Giants are obviously coming up to pick soon. Earlier, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but apparently the Giants have decided they will not exercise the option on Daniel Jones. Does that provide any speculation for what they might be looking for in this draft, or?
I think it'll be like a prove-it year for Daniel Jones. Like, I don't think they're going to move on right now, but I think it's a signal to him of like, if you don't stop fumbling the ball, like we're done. Right? Like, I mean,
I can't
he's had the most
imagine the
fumbles.
Giants are looking at all the quarterbacks coming out of this draft and where they are, like in the draft, like being pretty high.
Yeah.
Like they have 2 top 10 picks, don't they?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Jones is in their mind probably just as good as anybody they're going to get for like that rookie year. So,
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair thing. And like, you run it back with Jones, and if he sucks, you get another high pick. And if he turns a corner, then you didn't have to waste a high pick on a quarterback. So.
Yeah, again, the Giants, I don't think are expecting them to win the NFC East this year. I mean, it's going to be probably the Eagles and Cowboys again.
I'd be curious to see how they can do if Saquon can stay healthy this year.
Mm-hmm.
So they are so much better when Saquon Barkley can stay on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With the Giants, I'm trying to think. They're like receiving wise.
Kenny Golladay was a huge.
I mean, he's very good.
No, he wasn't good last year. Like,
he didn't play very well last year.
Yeah, but
they're trying to get rid of what's the rookie from Florida?
Tony.
Yeah, they're trying to trade him away because he's apparently like a pain.
Yeah.
He was really good for like 1 or 2 games.
Evan Ingram is a certified bum.
I don't know about certified bum, but he's not the best.
The man has literal bricks
for hands. Yeah,
literal
bricks bad.
I think he has the most drops of like any tight end in the last 3 years.
That's kind of nuts, actually.
Yeah.
Beat out Eric Ebron.
Flipping on the other side of the coin, a quarterback whose option has been picked up, Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals. Is there any surprise? No.
No. If you guys know, there are like reports coming out that like Kyler was like this locker room cancer and like no one liked him in Arizona. Did you ever see the tweets of like people memeing that? It was something like Kyler Murray brought in his kimono dragon into the locker room every day and forced everyone on the Cardinals to pet his kimono dragon every single day. This is why he's not liked in the Arizona Cardinals locker room. Just like shit like that. That's like, there's no way this happened, but it would be really funny if it did.
I heard that he might not want to play for Arizona, and then but then like the GMs and stuff said that there was no chance in hell they were going to trade him. So
I don't think you can. I think he's a really good quarterback, and like I think if they get healthy next year, they could be good.
Mm-hmm.
Kingsbury's got to figure out how to not start off so hot and then falter down the stretch. But if they can figure that out,
they're also just in a really hard division right now.
Got easier with Russell Wilson leaving.
Yeah.
The Jets.
Still pretty talented.
The Jets pick is in. They actually picked it pretty quickly.
Here's Roger Goodell.
Hello, Roger. Why does he smile?
In the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Sauce Gardner.
Yeah,
there it is.
That's a solid pick.
2 cornerbacks in the top 4.
He's a stud.
He's gonna be nuts.
For the New York Giants pick, I'm joined by Sam Prince, a lifelong Giants fan.
With the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select
Oh, they did take
They
Thibodeau.
called it. 5 for 5 defense.
Robbie's nuts. Robbie, you've called like every position, and you could call Thibodeau too. Look, it's Malik. That's your quarterback. It's your quarterback. It's your quarterback, Robbie. It's your other quarterback.
No,
it's your other
killing these guys.
You're getting a quarterback. Oh, they picked it. The pick is in. There's no trade. No trade.
The 6th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Ikem Ekwonu.
Yeah, let's go. Woo! I live another day.
Anything surprising to you? Anything out of order?
I think everyone's going to talk about the big surprise being that Derek Stingley kid from LSU. I mean, like they were talking about on the live broadcast. I mean, he was a hell of a player. He was like the best player coming out of high school for his year. And I mean, he was part of DBU when LSU won the Natty.
Yeah.
So he's a stud. But they were surprised that they took him so high. I don't think he's like worked out or didn't have as good of stats last year as they would have wanted. But Texans like him. I think the best pick. I really like that Cincy corner. I think he'll be really good. I think the Panthers got great value there at 6. I don't know. Still a lot of picks, and we got the Cowboys on later, so I'll be going through what Robbie just went through, hoping that we don't draft a receiver or skill position.
Yeah. What do you think about the stat that was the first time that a quarterback hasn't been drafted in the top 5 since 2013?
Well, I mean, I don't think anyone's really surprised about that when you think that the best overall or rated quarterback coming out this year is a Liberty kid. I mean, it's not like he's an Alabama or an Ohio State quarterback. I mean, there's just, I'm glad. I'm glad that it's not a quarterback dominated draft class.
Do you think
Something a little different.
Do you think Willis goes over Pickett?
I think it depends.
Willis is more. I think
it's whatever team screws up. To be honest, I think it's whatever team just kind of gets greedy and is like, we have to have this kid or something.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like what teams would really be searching for a quarterback at this point. Because what the Commanders signed Wentz. Obviously, the Colts got Ryan.
Seahawks.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe they try to replace Russ with Malik Willis being more of a dual threat. I don't know what
Steelers
team.
potentially need one. I mean,
that's a good one. I could see Trubisky. I could see Pickett going to the Steelers. Honestly,
I think Pickett is a.
Oh, and he's and Pittsburgh. Yeah, same hometown. Yeah, that's actually a really good shout. Now that I think about it, because it said that on that statistic that we were seeing that the chance that one of them would be available past pick 20 was 74%, which is insanely high for like any draft. But yeah,
it's like the Seahawks need a quarterback, but I mean they're at 9. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see them trade back. I mean, that's too early, I think, to take those two dudes. I mean, we'll have to see. It'll be interesting. So I think the Falcons are on the Giants pick is already in.
Who's on the clock?
Falcons.
Mel says that Kyle Hamilton,
another fucking receiver.
the Notre Dame
Who do they
safety.
have? Russell Gage left. They have Pitts and a couple of bums.
I forgot that
Ridley got suspended.
Ridley got suspended for gambling.
They have selected Drake London, wide receiver out of USC.
That was the other.
He is really good. Drake just made so much money too. Like the rapper, you see the bet he put down.
Did he bet on Drake London?
He's like Drake got a bet on Drake. He put down like $300,000.
He does it all the time.
For what?
Top 10.
For Drake London to be the first wide receiver selected.
Oh my god, that's actually kind of
nuts.
It was nuts. I was like, "There's no way."
I should be betting on this, but I know nothing about who's going to be taken where.
I've been calling him pretty good. I should have been betting on it.
Bro, for as much as the Drake curse is real, like whenever he gambles, he actually usually wins.
Drake, he actually can gamble, which is weird.
All right, well, let's get into this. Obviously, the first we've been recording for an hour. It'll probably be cut down to about 10 minutes. The first portion of this podcast has obviously been dedicated to the NFL draft, and but the dominating thing of the past few weeks, and the probably next few weeks, the NBA playoffs, obviously, and the biggest headline, and everyone's gonna want to talk about it. the Nets being the only team in the 2022 NBA playoffs this far to be swept 4-0 by the Boston
Hold on.
Celtics.
I would like
Old
to take some,
takes exposed. Yeah, can
I
we
would like
get?
to take some responsibility for my transgressions. I said, I don't know if it was last week or the previous week, that the Nets Celtics series would go down in history and go to 7 as being the best first round matchup of all time. I didn't realize.
You said Eastern Conference, so
No, he did.
Oh, did you say
he
best
said
of all
all
time? Oh, never
He
mind.
said all time.
One of the best of all time is the words that came out of my
Yeah.
mouth. So I'd like to apologize for that. And then I would also like to turn my focus to the Nets and ask them why they're so sorry, Mom, fucking Charmin soft.
You missed it when you got off, Connor, when we were watching the game. Ryan and I were talking about it, and like you watched their body language after they just
Bro,
got
they don't
swept.
care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
We don't care.
And Ben Simmons is gonna fit in so well with that culture. So well,
Bro, Ryan,
dude.
I told Robbie, I read this out to him last night. Apparently, like, Ben Simmons just like woke up with back spasms on the game of day 4 or whatever, and was like, "Oh yeah, I can't play."
He
Like,
has
crazy,
a mental
bro.
block.
no, he said that to the management. Yeah, he said that to
He said, "I have a
management.
mental block." You want to hear a good Ben Simmons stat? You ready for this?
Yeah, of course.
Please.
Since the last time Ben Simmons played in an NBA game, Tiger Woods broke both of his legs and then played in the Masters.
Oh my god.
That happened after Simmons.
And
played
how
in
much
his last
older
NBA game.
is Tiger than Ben Simmons?
Yes.
20 years?
2
Ben
decades?
Simmons isn't hurt. Ben Simmons didn't have an injury.
He has a mental block.
He has a mental block. Which, okay, all right. Mental health.
He'll
like,
fit in
yeah,
so
yeah.
good with he'll fit in so good with Kyrie. Just mentally.
we don't want to belittle people
Of course
for
not.
fighting their mental health and all that. I just think Ben Simmons is full of it. Like, I really do.
And then KD was chirping after the game because Charles Barkley called him out on the TNT, that whole crew, and Charles Barkley called him out for being soft. He says you can't call yourself, this, that, and the other without backing it up in the playoffs. And then KD went to Twitter as he always does when he's offended, and called himself a god of some sort.
Gods get swept first round of playoffs. That's wild.
And then he posted
take.
a picture of like Chuck on the Rockets with like Hakeem and I can't remember some other legend. He's like, "Oh yeah, this you," like that kind of thing. As if KD didn't go to the Warriors, who were 73-9 the previous year. So
Can't wait to see KD in a Celtics jersey. It's gonna be sick.
Okay, and as much as we want to belittle the Nets, the Celtics are a well-oiled machine. Holy crap, the Celtics look incredible.
They are the exact opposite. Mentally, everything. They are bought in. They play
mentally
well together.
tough team.
Really
tough team.
They took Marcus Smart's whole identity, and that's the Celtics, right?
Yeah,
They're just a gritty, grinded out team.
And
they will have a second round matchup with the Bucks.
Oh my god,
That'll
be a
be
good
great.
That's
series.
gonna be a great series.
It'll be a great series. That could have been like Eastern.
Ryan's gonna say the same thing, and then one team's gonna get swept.
I think that series.
Great series.
I think that series will go to 7. I really do think that series will go to 7.
And
Can we
I'm
talk
not gonna want to
about-
bet on it, but I will.
Yeah.
So Steve Nash is probably gone,
he's.
right? Like, I assume so.
I don't know.
Can we
dude.
talk about obviously now people say Eric Spoelstra is a good coach, but let's think back to when he had that big 3. And everyone's like, Spoelstra's not really a good coach. He had those great players, and that's why he won. Think about how many dream teams or big 3s have fallen apart, like the Nets, in this era of the NBA that's all about these superstar team ups.
Yeah,
there have been so many other ones that have fallen apart that I think it's time to realize what Spoelstra did was, yes, obviously he had LeBron, who's the best player in the world by far at that time. You had D Wade and Chris Bosh, who were top 10 players in the league. Kyrie and KD are 2 of the top 10 players in the league, and James Harden is probably up there too.
But let's look at it, right? You're naming dudes. LeBron,
they're not as egotistical.
That's exactly.
They're not as egotistical.
They're not nearly as much of a head case.
LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all were LeBron's LeBron
was at that time. LeBron at that time had a huge
more so.
He was good enough to be that.
No, 100%. But
so was KD. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But the easier thing was that Kyrie's the same way, but Wade and Bosh were not. Wade and Bosh knew they were like, this guy is the number 1 option, and we have no issue with him being the number 1 option, star of the team. And we're just gonna do our jobs.
I think Kyrie knows KD's the number one option. Like, I don't.
No,
I think
Kyrie.
he
No, I don't.
You
I
don't
don't
think so?
No, because the whole thing of Kyrie leaving the Cavs was I don't like not being the number one option on my team. Like that was his whole reasoning.
Where he clearly was, and then he didn't like that either.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense.
I just don't think Kyrie cares. Kyrie doesn't care. That's all it comes down to. He literally does not care about basketball.
I don't know.
KD, who like all KD cares about is basketball. KD's just a hooper. I don't think KD does anything. He doesn't do anything in his free time other than basketball.
No,
and then you have Kyrie. He does like Twitter. He does like Twitter. Then you have Kyrie, who like I don't think Kyrie could care less about basketball.
I don't know. Do you think it's because like they both have championships and they're just like they're okay to do whatever?
No, because Kyrie believes the Earth's flat, bro. Like he's just kind of just an odd duck.
Where is Kyrie's Hall of Fame resume right now?
He's probably still gonna be there when it's all said and done. He's going to be there.
But he had that one championship run, which yes, he played. Great
he was insane.
In that
Let's be real.
He was really good. LeBron doesn't win that championship without Kyrie. No chance.
2016? No, it was 2016. 2018 was when LeBron carried all those bums on his back to the finals. You remember 2018 was the graphic was KD, like Steph and Clay, and then it was like LeBron, like oh my god, who were that? It was like Kyle Korver and Tristan Thompson or something. It was so bad.
It was like LeBron like the first time on the Cavs.
Whenever he carried them
Mo Williams.
Who are these bums?
But I mean, so Kyrie had that one good year, and like obviously he's a very good player, but like outside of that 1 year, like he hasn't done a lot.
Yeah,
I know, but
crazy.
It's like I guess you can argue AI, but I believe that Kyrie has the best handles of all time. I think he's got some of the best finishing of all time. It's just like it's so hard to keep him out.
If he had a different mental, if he had any one of those top 5 point guard mentals, right? Nash, Kidd, Stockton, Curry is up there now. Magic. I mean, I think Kyrie is as talented as them, if not more. I think he's more talented than Kidd. I think he's more talented than Nash.
Yeah. I don't remember who had the take this week.
No, I agree.
But like one of the people on, I can't remember if it's TNT or ESPN, had the take that KD and Kyrie is the most talented duo to ever play together. And in terms of pure basketball skill, I don't think that's an awful
pure basketball skill.
We're talking just about how skilled you are playing the game of basketball. That's pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But it shows you how soft they are. I think Ryan said it best.
They are so soft, bro.
Yeah,
Jordan would have never let that happen.
No, Michael Jordan would have died before he let himself get swept in the first round like that.
Bro, I don't know. You see, he's the owner of the Hornets. Look where the Hornets are at.
They made the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. That's right.
Excuse me.
We can talk about the Hornets firing their coach real quick if you guys want to.
I didn't even know that wasn't even on my headline.
Borrego. Oh. Yeah, they fired him. He actually had improved by 10 wins every season he'd been in Charlotte, and they fired him. But I don't think he was going to turn the corner. I think he was really good at player development. And I don't think he had any earthly idea what to do during a basketball game. So I think he's a really good assistant coach.
Is it just like is that a Carolina thing? Like what is?
Yeah, Carolina's. Hopefully the Hurricanes have if the Hurricanes don't have a good postseason, we're just going to be down bad. But I think it was a good move. I think a lot of people were kind of like, well, he's gotten better every year, but I think he was reaching his max potential as a head coach. I don't think they were going to get much better. So
fair enough.
I'm curious to see who they hire. Hopefully it's not Mark Jackson. I don't know why everyone wants to hire Mark Jackson, but anyways.
So
speaking of coaches real quick, I know it's still on the NBA, but Jason Kidd has genuinely surprised me this year.
Yeah.
I think it was not great. And Luka missed a lot of games during the regular season. I think he missed like 20 games or whatever. But Kidd has done well with some of the matchup problems that the Jazz present, especially with Gobert. I think the rotations have been good, and being able to manage those first 2 games and steal one in Utah down Luka, I think is definitely being understated. Obviously, Brunson had a career game, like
2 games, career 2 games.
I think Kidd learned a lot from his other coaching stops, which is impressive. I mean, I think because he was not a great head coach when he started. Like in Milwaukee, he was not a very good coach. And I think good.
Yeah, I was like burp. I don't know. Well, that was weird.
I think he actually learned a lot and took that, which is the thing not a lot of coaches do. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was very disappointed when I was like, okay, we're fired, or I don't know, we fired or Carlisle left. Carlisle left. Kidd was the replacement. Again, we'd all seen kind of what had happened in Milwaukee. Didn't have a lot of high hopes, and it's done way better than Nash in Brooklyn. So,
but I don't think like even with kids, and obviously this could be just a Dallas thing, but even with kids' poor resume coming into the Dallas coaching job, like I don't think anyone was super down on. Obviously, Carlisle's like a great coach, probably one of an all-time coaches, but like I don't think anyone in Dallas was really down about Kid coming in.
I think it's one of those hires that you're like, okay, like I'm not upset
see
about
how
this,
it
but
goes.
I'm not excited. Like,
yeah.
Jason Kidd's not a hire where you're like, yes, it's a great hire.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
good young coach, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone was upset about it.
Yeah, and as much props as we want to give to like Kid in the Utah series, and obviously Jalen Brunson has been going crazy, but it like look at some of these role players. I mean, Reggie Bullock is playing 40 minutes a game, like just playing his ass off. Same thing, like Dwight Powell and Max Kleba will not let Rudy like touch the ball in terms of like getting a
Rudy
rebound.
don't want to touch the ball on offense. That man is soft. 7'9" wingspan. You're scoring 5 points a game and shooting 50% for the free throw line. You bum.
Ryan, who's not soft in the NBA to you? Who's not soft?
The NBA is the softest professional sports league.
It really is super soft.
Come on now.
Soccer?
You know we say as
Ja. Ja Morant is not soft. That man is about it. He will drive the ball and dunk on.
Joel Embiid also about it. Joel Embiid is about it. Nikolai Jokic about it.
Oh yeah, he's actually about it.
I would not want to see that man in a bar fight. That is for sure.
Well,
the New York Jets select Garrett Wilson, receiver.
I called the dude. I should have been betting.
Yeah, Robbie's a nuts.
I've called like every pick so far. Dude, put me in front of Mel, bro. Mel's not even that good. I get all of these right.
So speaking of Jokic, after getting beat 4-1, which honestly I think all of us kind of surprised they took a game off the Warriors. Jokic says,
it was wild.
Jokic says if the offer is on the table, he will take a supermax deal from the Nuggets, regardless of anything else. So all the Nuggets got to do is lay down the offer, and I think a lot of that comes from the optimism of yes, obviously in the playoffs they had a good last two games. Let's not obviously Ryan and I watched the first couple games. They were awful. Yeah, no, they went for it. They really went for it. It looked a lot better than they had previously. I think Jokic's optimism comes from hey, if Jamal Murray comes back, they're a 50-win team. I mean, they're there and they can compete. They're not the favorites in the West by any stretch of the imagination, but I think Jokic sees the potential.
But if you sign Jokic to Supermax, like you can't really get him a ton of help, especially because you have to re-sign Jamal Murray and you have Michael Porter Jr. MPJ, whatever. Yeah, I mean, like they have good players around him, but like they're not good enough to win the NBA championship. Yeah, and like if you have him on a Supermax and those other two guys you got to pay, like how are you getting him help?
That's a huge thing I was just about to bring up. I mean, Joker deserves a Supermax, right?
Yeah, of course.
He is
100%.
He is that caliber of player. He doesn't play flashy ball. You're playing in Denver. How you're not going to get those vets that are willing to take those low term contracts to play with him.
And
right?
And Joker is not a popular NBA player. Like he does some dirty stuff. Like he is not a very popular player among NBA circles. So like how do you recruit people to come play with him?
I don't think you do. I don't think the Nuggets will win a championship with Joker. I don't think there's any way.
No, I don't either.
So if he just wants to collect the bag, I mean, stay in Denver,
honestly,
right?
Yeah.
Like they'll pay him the bag as long as he wants,
right?
But they're not gonna.
It's a tough situation because you can't let him walk, but if you sign him, you're stuck. Like it's one of those lose situations if you're the Nuggets.
And I gotta shout out my friend Jeffrey because I didn't really think about this, but he said it last night. We were talking about the NBA a little bit. We were watching the Warriors game, and he said if any of the 3 MVP candidates were in a different year, they probably would have won. And I was like. Yep. That's actually pretty true. Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. Like, if any other year, every single one of them would have won, probably.
I love
which
that
is kind of
all
nuts.
Centers too. You remember, like a couple years ago, they were talking like, the center position is dead.
How was Giannis a center?
I know he brings the ball, but like, come on,
he's a 7-footer.
Yeah.
So,
but he also plays in the post. Like, he does other.
What do you mean, Katie's a center?
7-footer is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. I was like.
I mean, basketball is fairly positionless at this point.
Yes, yeah.
But like a couple years ago, they were saying, "Oh no, the center position's dead. We're never going to have a big man dominate the game again." And now you have these 3 guys that are the 3 best players in the NBA right now. I think Kevin Durant shitting the bed.
They aren't being matched up against, right? Like, who's going to match up against Embiid and Joker? If you look at all the different big men on these different teams, you got Cat too.
Put me in coach.
I mean, Cat's been playing really well. I mean, the Timberwolves are giving the Grizzlies all they can handle.
Well, but the team was also the team was blew 2 20-point leads in the last game.
Yeah, my
that's
beloved
awful.
Grizzlies are in good shape now,
Yeah.
3-2. My beloved Memphis
The
Grizzlies.
T-Wolves are oof. I mean, yes, they've been fighting, but like they just keep giving
How
up
much
these
experience do
massive
they have in
leads.
the playoffs?
Like none.
Yeah,
but neither do the
so, I
Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Grizzlies don't either.
Grizzlies are one of the youngest
Grizzlies
teams
are
in
more
the league.
talented. Grizzlies are
Yeah.
way more talented.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about way more.
Okay, well,
Edwards and Cat and D'Angelo Russell. That's some talent right there.
So
giving a lot of props to D'Lo there.
He's okay. I'm a D'Lo. I like D'Lo. I actually
You're
really
a
like
D'Lo
D'Angelo.
homer.
I do like D'Angelo Russell. I'm not gonna lie. Not in LA. Only in Minnesota.
The Pelicans are up 2 on the Suns right now. By the way,
Nice.
Apparently
That's
Booker. Is Booker playing?
bro.
I don't know.
Who like if Booker? Okay, let's talk about this real quick.
He only has 6 points now.
Okay. So okay, then I probably want. I don't know, bro. If the Mavs win the series, which I mean, hopefully they will. You know,
He's on
knock
18
on wood.
minutes, dude. 3/4. So yeah, he's on a big minute count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, and hopefully all goes well tonight for the Mavs. But if they close it out tonight, or if they close it out on Saturday, whenever, who realistically, who do we want to play? Who do the Mavs want to play? Because the Pelicans, like McCollum and Ingram can both.
What
You
is
want to
that
play the
kinda-
Pelicans? That's an awful take.
I don't agree with
I-
that. Ingram and McCollum are averaging like 30 both. Both of them are averaging 30.
So
The Suns are the best team in the NBA, Connor.
I
I
feel
don't
more.
want to play Chris Paul. I really don't.
Chris
The
Paul's
point
trash.
guard would
Chris
take-
Paul's getting locked up.
He would absolutely eat
He's
y'all
getting
alive.
he's getting locked up by Alvarado or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Alfredo.
That man has had 2 steals on him.
Did you see CP3 like try to kick him in the nuts because he was frustrated at Alvarado? He
That's
literally.
classic CP.
That is classic
I
CP behavior.
can't stand when he does that
That
because
is
I actually like Chris
classic
Paul,
point
but I
guard
hate when he does
behavior.
it. Oh my god, he's
He's
so
kind of a
annoying.
bitch, but like
He is like
he's
low
good at
key.
basketball.
He is a complainer.
Yeah. So move. Sorry, Robbie. What did you have?
I was gonna say, we have any other thoughts on NBA playoffs?
No, this is.
what a load.
That's an awful take.
I don't know if the
From our executive
if the Suns
producer.
are the best team in the league and the Pelicans beat them, then what?
They were still the best team in the league all year.
Okay, but the Pelicans beat them in a 7-game series.
So now you think the Pelicans are the best team?
No, I don't think they're the best team in the league, but like if they have the potential, yes, I understand that Booker was hurt, but if they have the potential to beat that team, what makes you think that they don't have the potential to beat the Mavericks?
Sure, they have the potential to beat the Mavs, but we've seen what CJ McCollum does in the playoffs. So yeah, he's having a good series. That man had so many chances up.
Disappeared. He will disappear.
He will disappear. Brandon Ingram, that man can hoop. He's got one of the nicest mid-range games in the league.
Brandon Ingram is everything Kevin Durant wishes he was.
Damn, that's
Damn.
wild. You mean still in the playoffs?
Yeah, exactly.
The team I feel the worst for though is like, as Ryan said this before the playoffs even started, but it's like the Bulls just got a bad draw, in the first round,
And
they
injuries,
weren't healthy.
so many
They weren't
injuries.
healthy.
Yeah, it was just frustrating. It sucks for Chicago, but I think they'll bounce
The
back. next
East
season.
was so damn good
Yeah.
this year. I know we have said it before.
for the
but,
Nets.
Like, that was the best the East has been in at least a decade.
So I guess the
Probably
East will
20
be
years.
set tonight because the Sixers are rolling right now. So you got Sixers Heat, and you got Bucks and Celtics.
That's
Those
such
are
a good
two
Final
really
Four
good
team.
series.
Yeah.
Those are two really good series.
The East stays chalked.
Yep.
So still kind of sticking with the NBA. So there have been, this is kind of a funny report. I want to get your thoughts on it. So apparently Lakers upper management is pinning the blame for the Westbrook trade on LeBron James's agency.
Good.
Lay
Clutch
GM.
is the worst.
Lay
Clutch,
GM.
Clutch Sports is the one that represents LeBron. They're run by Rich Paul. They do this all the time. They're not wrong. They really do force you to like sign their players, and like they're like that's part of the reason they think Mark Jackson's going to go to LA because he's represented by Clutch. There's just no way that they should have that much power of an organization. I don't really blame the Lakers for blaming LeBron's agent for it.
Lay GM.
Oh, big trade at the 11th spot. The Saints moved up. They traded the 16th.
J-Mo?
No, they didn't pick J-Mo. They traded the 16th, a third rounder, and a fourth rounder to get the 11th. And then they picked the receiver from Ohio State.
Olave?
Olave. They just gave up a lot to get
Why did they just give up so much to get him?
There's a chance that man could have been still on the board.
Dave is mad right now.
I cannot imagine.
Why do they do that?
But Dave might be passed out though, so
He called me and I ignored it because, pod.
True. So yeah, Robbie, that is a very, very good insight to that. Yeah, obviously, the joke of lay GM has become less and less of a joke as the years go on. Obviously,
it's not a joke.
As more players seemed like the players that LeBron wants to be on the team seem to somehow end up on his team.
But it is funny to see, like, because like Kevin Durant and Kyrie, I think, have been trying to like lay GM the Nets.
Yeah,
and it's funny to see, like, it's like, yeah, it really doesn't work out that well when players get to pick who they want to play with. Like,
did you see the whole thing where LeBron a couple weeks ago was like, "Yeah, I'd love to play with Steph." At some point, Steph was like, "Nope." So it's like, "I'm good."
He's like, chill.
Yeah, he's like, relax. Yeah. And then, so the last NBA thing I will address real quick, I'm going to read out thus far the NBA awards that have been dished out. So obviously, we already talked last pod. We talked about how Smart won the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year. The Nets' Patty Mills has won the Sportsmanship Award. I love me some Patty Mills. He's always been such a good player.
Great guy.
Good hooper. Yeah, nice guy. Whatever.
Come on, Ryan. Come on, be a little more positive.
He's Australian. Another fun fact.
Yeah. I did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Something that we weren't huge fans of. Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year award, which was a little surprising.
All of the rookies were so underwhelming this year. Like, no.
Yeah,
I thought Mobley should have won, but I think Barnes had a good enough year that I don't think it was a terrible choice.
And then the next headline: Drew Holiday wins 2022 Teammate of the Year. Okay.
He's a very nice guy as well. If you ever look up the stuff like him and his wife do for like charity and stuff, very good people.
Hooper.
That's nice.
And then finally, probably the most well-known award, John Morant has won the Most Improved Player, which comes as a surprise to nobody.
Well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, I know
who were the other people up for? Someone wanted Jordan Poole to win.
Yeah, Draymond was pissed that Jordan Poole didn't win, and I was like, come on.
John was an MVP candidate until he got hurt. Like, he was like up in the conversation.
I saw these weird comments. People were like, "Oh, how does the MIP go to the Rookie of the Year?" And I was like, just because you were really good in your rookie doesn't mean you can't have a massive leap to your second year. I was like, that argument doesn't make any sense. It was so weird. I was like, I don't understand how you get.
Yeah, you don't have to be a terrible player the year before to win MIP.
It doesn't make any sense.
If you take a jump from solid player to superstar, that's still a big improvement.
John went from 19 points to 27. It's like, how was that not a massive?
Big jump.
I didn't understand the reasoning. That was so strange. So we kind of cover the NBA, NFL. So a few, obviously I'm not super tuned in on baseball, but I have a few baseball headlines. So apparently there's this kid by the name of Dylan Lesko, who is the top pitcher in the MLB draft rankings, has had to undergo Tommy John surgery, according to sources of ABC News. So obviously, not the best, but
Tommy John is
less of a death sentence than it once.
Yes, obviously.
I was just about to say that. It's. I'm not going to say it's equivalent to how far ACL surgeries have come, because it's not there yet. ACLs are. It's crazy how fast these guys can come back from them now. But Tommy John is not a death sentence anymore.
No,
it's
thankfully.
But and the crazy thing, it was like 10 years ago, probably. Yeah. Like I remember, like when we were like coming up, like Tommy John was like a death sentence for pitchers.
Yep.
We want to talk about dead baseballs. The worst batting average in the MLB in the last like 25 years because the MLB deadened the baseballs, and because they haven't gotten rid of the stupid shift. Do you guys know how they deadened the baseballs? I learned this the other day.
Okay, let's hash into the shift. Why should they get rid of the shift?
Okay, so like it wasn't a big deal when you did it for like a couple of players, right? Like when you had like a Joe.
Can you explain like what this is?
Okay, the shift is like when you move all of your players.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I was okay.
Because you have someone like Joey Gallo who can only pull the ball hard as shit, and he can't hit it the other way.
Yeah.
So, it started as a thing you did for like a couple like power hitters that you knew they were going to do that, and now it's just like let's just shift all the damn time, and it's like you're not even playing baseball anymore at that point. You're just throwing random dudes. No, you're just throwing random dudes wherever you feel like they want to go.
Baseball is all about stats.
Right. It's like if my offensive line came out and like I threw everyone on one side of the center, how stupid would that look?
That's fine. You made that decision.
No,
that's within the rules of the game. Why would you cancel that?
Because you're not really, like I said, you're not really playing baseball, and also it makes it because no one could like. You're just
then they should stop doing how to fucking
hit the other way.
Yes, that's hit the
other way. Yeah.
They're getting rid of
the best players can hit the ball wherever they need to.
They already proved
I know it's stupid. I
think it's a great thing. Do you want to know how they're deadening the baseballs though? They put them in a humidor. So every MLB stadium has a humidor now, and they put them in there, and it makes them really like warm and like damp, and then they can't go as far.
Interesting.
Oh, another thing y'all should do also for our listeners. There's this app called MLB Play. And there's a game on it that you try to pick a player to get a hit every day. And if you beat Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak of you getting players correct to get a hit, you win like $4 million or something.
It's kind of nuts.
So go try it out. It's free. It's an app you can play anywhere. I'm currently sitting at a 4 streak. I'm 4 for 4 since I downloaded
Let's
the app.
go.
Not to brag, but
Not to brag, but still we're
I
here.
haven't checked to see how my guy's doing tonight, but
So
anyways.
the second baseball headline that I've seen, apparently, the New York Yankees have come under fire because I couldn't quite understand what the headlines were saying, but apparently they've received a few letters, I don't know if from the MLB themselves, regarding sign stealing. So reminiscent of that of the Astros, but in like a different
Fuck
way.
the Astros.
But in a different way than Houston did. I don't know. It was like I don't know if it was like 2016. It was I don't know, but there was some talk about the Yankees possibly sign stealing. So that's obviously going to be an investigation in and of itself. Robbie, a quick hockey headline for you. The Vegas Golden Knights are missing the NHL playoffs for the first time since they became a franchise.
Did you see that they were 0-13 in shootouts this year?
Wow.
They missed the playoffs by 1 point, and they were
no
0-13 in
shot.
shootouts.
That's actually
they've had 3 shootouts in the last couple weeks. They didn't hit a single goal in any of their last 3 shootouts. That is absurd. And you missed the playoffs by that small of a margin.
That's actually nuts.
So
wow.
Golden Knights choked. NHL playoffs are gonna be hype though. Got the Panthers got the Bruins in the first round, which makes me really upset because the Bruins knocked them out of the playoffs every single year. So we're excited. We love the NHL playoffs. Wild and Panthers. Is that who I said would be in the Stanley Cup Finals? Yeah. I think so. That sounds right. So keep an eye out for that. Go ahead and get your bets in now.
Oh, real quick, baseball point. We all know who Garrett Cole is if you're a baseball fan.
Yeah.
2019, I'd say like 2018, 2019, top 5 pitcher.
Jameson Williams
in
for
the
the
league.
Lions.
I said that, Robbie.
We just said that. Please lock in.
Pulled a Ryan.
Yeah, you pulled a Ryan. You pulled a Ryan.
Find a grip.
Sorry, I'm here.
Anyways, so Garrett Cole had been reportedly using substances. It was kind of baseball has really cracked down on this year. So I don't know if you've watched any baseball, Connor, but essentially when a pitcher comes off the mound, an umpire checks his hat and glove every inning now.
They're not allowed to have that spider. No, I'd have that spider tack at all anymore because that was a big thing last year.
Yeah, so Garrett Cole has had his spin rates tank. There's these different algorithms that can like track it or whatever. Yeah. So like his spin rate has gone down by like 500 RPM, his ERA is through the roof.
This happened last year. He did the same thing last year when they banned it. Like,
it's even worse again. His ERA is like 4.5 now.
Bro, how about people just stop cheating? Like, good lord.
It's baseball.
It wasn't cheating at the time.
Yeah,
it wasn't cheating at the time.
It's just baseball for you. It's baseball and boxing, some of the most rigged sports ever. It's ridiculous.
NBA rigged has been bad lately, by the way.
2006 NBA finals.
Rigged is
Connor.
Don't remind him.
All of those refs.
No. We have to talk about D Wade being at the Utah games because it makes me want to actually murder somebody.
I'm so pressed.
Why do you guys hate D Wade?
Dude, I don't know. Like, Ryan hates D Wade. I don't hate
Game 3 finals. D Wade took more free throws than the entire Mavericks organization, and then the Heat won 4 straight.
Yeah.
The Mavs were up 2-0. I was so proud.
And then one of those guys,
2-0.
One of those refs was later prosecuted for gambling on
fixing games. Weird.
I actually have heard that. Funny.
Yeah, but I don't know why. It's like because I've always kind of liked D Wade, and just seeing him cheer for like Utah makes me really angry. So I don't know what it is. So only like 2 more headlines, and then we can get into the tier list because that one's gonna be a fun one this week. One of the headlines. Mark Emmert to step down as the NCAA president by June 30th, 2023. So there will be a new sense of leadership in the NCAA next year.
I will be starting my campaign to be the new president of the NCAA right now.
So Robbie, please present your platform.
Yeah, my platform is Expanded College Football Playoff. I know that he doesn't control that at all.
Yeah.
I know that he doesn't control that at all.
Oh, no.
March Madness. We're gonna
Year round?
expand that too. Year-round March Madness. That's a good idea. No, we're going to 128 teams in March
Oh my
Madness. I think that's a move. That would be sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
I
I want every NCAA sport to have a March Madness equivalent. So I want there to be a giant tournament for every
I would.
sport.
That would be so lit, dude.
That'd be pretty sick. Pay college
It's
athletes.
not-
I guess we're kind of already doing that, but
It's not really
whatever.
feasible to do that with football, though.
Fight me.
That's yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Let's see what else. Pay players. That's a big
Make
one.
it a little less. I don't know, like corrupt. The whole thing. Make it a little.
The
That's-
NCAA is not corrupt. No. I mean,
We're not gonna care about you cheating as per usual. You know, if you're the University of North
What
Carolina
the-
and your players are all taking
LSU
Swahili, that's fine.
Let LSU get hammered like we got hammered for no reason, and LSU actually did stuff.
I don't know. You guys broke the rules.
Oh, shut up! Shut your mouth.
Alabama has never broken.
The only reason you're good is because Nick Saban is there.
No,
And
the
because
only
we
reason
give
we're
all of
good
our
is
players
because-
challenges.
That's the one I was going for.
Yeah, too.
Have you seen all these kids that drive around scat packs?
Connor, you would like
I do
go
remember
over. You'd
ESPN
like
doing some story about them and like the areas that they grew up in. You know that football was the only way out, and I see them driving around these $75,000 SOP scat packs.
the football dorm around it looked like a Dodge
Mhm.
dealership lot.
Yeah.
Like there was just
Pretty
Chargers,
pretty interesting.
everywhere.
Yeah. So the last sports headline that I have for the evening is that Tyson Fury retained his heavyweight belt by knocking out Dillian White.
I think I could take him.
Tyson Fury?
Yeah, I think he's kind of small.
for
Yeah.
sure, dude.
Yeah,
You
yeah, for
definitely
sure.
take Tyson
Rob,
Fury.
you buy tickets to that?
What?
You buy tickets to me and Tyson Fury fight?
Oh,
Bro,
yeah.
I'd be in your corner. What do you mean?
Yes.
Robbie, you being the coach?
For sure.
Are you being the
I'd be
coach?
Ryan's coach.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
I'm just the water, like the water hype up guy. Like I'm just the guy that like gets Ryan water and like yells at him to do better.
Ryan's gonna get knocked down in the first 5 seconds. What do you mean get water?
No,
Ryan ain't getting any water.
He's fast enough. He's nice and lean now. He could dodge for one round, and then Fury would
shot.
connect. You don't think
No
so?
way.
No.
Ryan be
What
on
if
the first 10 seconds.
What if you were just legitimately running away? Like not like you were
Just
like,
running around
boxing,
the
like, you're literally just running around the ring.
You gotta
If
get on the
gave
water.
me-
Yeah, you
if
gave
gave
water.
me 6 months to train
Okay.
cardio
Just
straight,
running.
I,
Just
I think
running.
I could run away long enough.
Yeah, let's go.
It'd be
Ryan-
quick enough to not get knocked. Because as soon
Ryan's
as one
going-
connects, I'm fuck you.
Ryan's going 2 rounds with Tyson Fury. Lock that in.
Bro, I just saw his. I didn't realize he was 6'9". I didn't
Yeah,
realize he was
Big,
that tall,
big
bro.
man.
I physically could not even, if I wanted to, land a punch because of how like his reach.
He's so tall, yeah.
I have a 6-foot wingspan at
Bro,
5'9". So, you know.
Even with the running, I still think you're getting knocked down the first 20 seconds. He's just catching you.
His arm like comes halfway across the ring.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Catching me
saying.
as I
Yeah.
run by.
Yeah.
A
Robbie, I don't
large,
think you're getting him
large
any
man.
water. I'm just saying. It's just. I mean, hey, we'll talk about fighting later in our tier list.
Good
Oh, yeah.
transition, huh?
But to move off of sports a little bit, Moon Knight episode 5 dropped the other day. That
watch
was
it.
you haven't
haven't
seen
watched
it?
it yet either.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah, I tried to watch it after we got off Rocket League last night, Connor, and I was way too tired. So I didn't
it's
watch it,
incredible.
Tired?
Anyway, yeah.
Just tired.
but-
What?
What?
Connor, you didn't say anything about Robbie's birthday today.
Oh my god, I completely forgot. He told me last night. That's so bad. Happy
What a
birthday,
terrible-
Robbie.
What a terrible
buddy.
producer.
You're so
Thanks,
welcome.
buddy.
Happy birthday.
I'm so old.
I asked him if I should send him a gift,
Shut
and he said
up.
I hate gifts. And then the last thing, Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness comes out very, very soon next week. Yeah, so hyped for
I need to buy
that.
tickets.
Yeah, us too. The runtime spender, I think we talked about it. The runtime is very short. So, is there anything that you guys would like to see in this movie, or you've not seen already, or is there anything that you want them to connect that they?
I
haven't
want
yet?
them to just kind of forward the plot, right, of this next phase of Marvel, right? Because I think we're supposed to be understanding that it's going to be Kang as kind of like the next dude up, and I think in the previews it showed a little bit of that, right? Like, isn't Kang in some of the previews?
Right? Yeah. Well, we're going full into the multiverse. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
I think people were saying
wild.
that whoever the evil Doctor Strange was like a version of Kang because there's
Sure.
multiple. Yeah, so I don't know.
It's interesting.
So I mean, we got some really powerful dudes. I mean, Wanda, Strange. It should be
There's
good
a
time.
TV spot that officially announced that the Illuminati is in the movie, which had been speculated for a while too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's given that the runtime, I know I talked about this a little bit, but the runtime's so short and they have so many things to introduce that I'm just very interested to see how they're gonna do it. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much all of the headlines. I can't remember. Did you all both see the Batman movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also on HBO now for anyone who
Yeah,
hasn't
it is.
watched it.
HBO
It is on
Max.
HBO Max now.
Your
God,
thoughts
I
on
need
it?
HBO
We never
Max.
really talked about it. Your guys' thoughts?
I
on the
thought it was
Batman?
really good. I really liked it.
Right.
I did as well.
It was a very different take on Batman,
Mm.
but I think like they needed a different take on Batman. I think
Yeah.
it worked.
It was
Yeah.
long. It
Yeah,
was
they-
long for the first
Yes.
first movie of it. I don't know if it's gonna be
But
two or
like I
three or
felt like the
whatever they
pacing
did.
was good. Like it didn't
Mm.
really ever feel like it
Mhm.
was dragging. Like stuff
Agreed.
was happening pretty
I thought
consistently.
it dragged a little bit. I
No.
say
You think so?
I think one of the steps that the Riddler had you do, I think they had like not done that. I think it wouldn't have dragged as long. But I think it just,
I guess I could see
just
that.
a little far.
Pattinson officially signed on to do another one. Oh, like the whole cast is signed on to come back and do Batman 2. So
E.
there
Craig will
will
be
be another
happy
one.
to hear that.
Yeah. I thought Pattinson was fantastic.
Zoe Kravitz is back.
Exactly. The Riddler was great. I'm so glad that they did him right. I think that's the Joker has been beaten and battered and bruised.
They still introduced him. They can't go a movie without putting him in
Still
there.
introduced the Joker. So,
Yeah.
but I'm glad they were able to do something else. Come here, Bubba.
I was talking with a friend of mine the other day and saying that I would really love it if they just kept the Joker as like a Hannibal Lecter type character, where basically so Batman would just, instead of him ever being like the main antagonist, Batman would like keep going to him in jail to like get his thoughts on what was happening. I thought that would be like a really good idea.
And there was actually a deleted scene from the
where he
first
does
movie
that.
where
Yeah, exactly. That's
the Joker.
that's what I'm saying, is that I hope that I want them to keep that dynamic, and I hope
I'd
that,
like to see that, or just they said the Joker is in the background
Yeah.
pulling the strings, and like you don't like
yeah,
like Batman doesn't really know, so like he's not
Thanos
really
type beat.
directly going, not directly
Yeah.
going against the Joker, but like the Joker is there and setting stuff
Yeah.
up, and then like maybe the last movie of this, then you actually get the Joker versus Batman.
And I also think a lot of this like Batman universe, or whatever you want to call it, presents itself for villains that we've not seen before, because it's so much more detective based and so much more based on that side of Batman, that it lends itself to the non-Banes and the non-scary, like the more, I think, intricate, complex villains. And I think those are the more interesting ones. I mean, the Riddler, I heard some talk that people would really like to see a really good Mr. Freeze. I heard some people would really like to see. There's a character called Hush. There's a society called the Court of Owls that people would really like to see. So there's a lot of potential for where the series is going.
Slight tangent, but I watched The Dark Knight like after I watched the Batman, and Heath Ledger just insane. Still such a good movie.
I still slightly prefer
well
The Dark
done.
Knight, but in a very different way. They're very different, so it's hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
The Dark Knight's just such a good.
It's 5 stars, easy.
Also, again, with the NFL draft still going on as we were doing the podcast, the Eagles just got Jordan Davis, so I'm kind of sad about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you know what time it is. It's time for the tier list of the presidents that Ryan thinks he could take on in a fight. So Ryan, is Biden an instant clap?
What is he, 80?
Yeah, he's 79.
Yeah, pushing it. Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine.
What's clarified too? Like it's when they went into office. Like whatever
yes,
age
it's
they
them
went
in
into office.
Yeah.
You don't get to fight like Jimmy Carter now.
So Biden goes in the top, instant clap.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Donald Trump.
I mean, just because, again, I'm not that big, right? Like, in the grand scheme of things, I have a 6 foot, kind of reach.
Yeah.
But Trump is, when he went into office, 6'3", 243. I don't know if he's 243. My ass is 243.
He's bigger than 243.
That man was pushing 300 going into office. Like, let's
really?
keep it a
You think
stack.
so?
Yes, dude. No shot. He was 6 inches taller than me, and we weighed the same amount. No way. No way.
Okay, I believe you.
And I have more muscle than Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah. What are you thinking?
Going on based off the tier list, I would say on my best day, maybe.
Okay,
Just 'cause
that's
he's-
more respect
just 'cause
than I
he's-
anticipated.
Just because he's big.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
this is true.
Just because he's big.
All right, we're gonna. Okay, I feel like this one it's kind of a tale of two halves, right? Because it's Barack Obama. I feel like the first half of office, like his first term, I feel like he could probably take you, but second term, he was kind of.
First half Obama,
Dude,
definitely
he
was,
whoop you.
Have you seen him like hoop? That man
Yeah,
can hoop.
that man can hoop. Yeah. We could do that. The next tier list is it's like the presidents that could cross us over, but it's the first one.
Obama definitely crosses us over.
Yeah. Ryan, what do you think?
I'm gonna move Trump to could probably take him, and Obama on my best day maybe.
Okay.
Obama's 6'1", 180.
Athletic guy, pretty athletic dude. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Now I'm in much better shape than if I was doing this like 4 months ago.
yeah, this is true.
Now we're gonna do George W. Bush, the younger Bush.
W.
If I hit him in the balls enough, I'm not betting on myself against the Bush presidents. To be honest.
Yeah.
He worked out a lot apparently in office.
I mean, he looks.
Like,
I mean,
I'm
he looks
reading
good
some
for
stuff on
his,
him
yeah.
right now. He ran a 7.5 minute mile like in office. So I'm not thrilled about my chances.
Bill Clinton.
I'm getting unalived. I think Bill and HW are whooping my ass, and I don't think it's close.
So you're putting HW in the absolutely getting clapped in a hat.
Yeah. I think both those dudes are probably working me.
Quick interjection. Kyle Hamilton just went to the Ravens.
The safety.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Probably thrilled with that pick.
Yep, I think it's a really good pick.
So the next one is Ronald Reagan, who was pretty old in office.
Yeah, I was thinking that he could probably take. He was nearsighted, hard of hearing.
Yeah.
You know, he was getting a little up there. Probably
At that
couldn't
time,
move as
was the
well.
oldest president to go into office.
Yeah.
It's
Trump and Biden
between
came
could
on.
probably take him in TKO. I mean, he was pretty old.
And possibly Ryan's favorite entry, Jimmy Carter.
Insta clap. That man's getting RKO'd off the onto the front lawn of the White House. No disrespect. He's a great man, great man after being a president. His presidency wasn't the best, but he's done a lot for the community.
Oh man. I believe the next one is Ford, Gerald R. Ford. He was an army man, wasn't he?
Yeah, Gerald
Yeah.
Ford's probably whooping my ass.
Yeah, I think he's whooping your ass.
Gerald Ford is probably. If I hit him in the balls enough, I don't know if I'm gonna give him. I'm getting unalive because he was still like 5'11", so he's a little smaller.
Was he that? I didn't realize he was short. I don't know. He's still in the army though. I mean, that's kind of nuts. Next we have this is Johnson or no Nixon, right? This is Nixon, Richard Nixon.
Nixon's getting TKO'd.
TKO'd on Nixon.
I think that rat.
Sleeping Nixon.
I'm going to throw some disrespect out to Mr. Richard Nixon.
Oh, okay.
Even though shout out to his character
Oh,
and
Futurama.
Black Ops.
Oh,
Remember in the you ever play 5, the map, zombie map?
yeah.
Oh wait, I actually know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Isn't Nixon the head they keep alive in Futurama, and then he becomes like
Yes,
emperor of the world?
that's correct. Yes.
What
Yeah.
heavens?
Have you never seen Futurama?
No, I've never seen Futurama.
It's a really good show. If you need something mindless to watch, it's a good one.
Next we got Lyndon B. Johnson.
I'm probably getting unalived.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's 6'3", 210 apparently in office.
Damn.
Have you ever seen the picture of him talking to a reporter and he's like talking down to this man? Like he looks terrifying.
Yeah.
Lyndon Johnson's probably working me.
Giving you that one too.
Remember, the guys that I'm putting in that I'm getting unalived are these Southern men, right?
Army guys, most likely.
Grew up on farms and shit like that, right? Like HW, man. HW would smoke me. Good God.
Next we have JFK.
Yeah, he's also smoking my ass.
Are you gonna say hit him in the
I'm
balls
saying
enough?
hit him in the balls enough just because he was a little bit thinner. He was $175. He won like 225 like LBJ.
He strikes me as someone too. Like if you punch him in the face, he might get upset because he doesn't want his perfect face.
Yeah, I know. He's got a real nice face and shit.
Yeah. Dwight Eisenhower, another army man.
You're getting
You're getting no, you're getting
small. No.
Ike would take your
dude.
I
He's kind
say
of
on my best day, maybe is what I'm giving
no
Ike. He was
chance.
5'10", 150 pounds. I'm way out of his weight class.
Scrappy though. He was
I'm
so
sure.
scrappy.
But it's not going to end as quickly as like with HW or LBJ. That's why I'm knocking him down.
I think Ike claps you.
How old was Ike in all?
I love how Robbie and I had the same reaction. Like, no
He was
way.
63.
Oh, okay, he was actually older. I didn't realize he was that
he was
old.
up there.
Give that to me. Come on.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I didn't realize he was that old. All right, the next.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So Theodore was 43. I'm getting whooped.
Yeah,
JFK was 40. 43. Bill Clinton, 46. Yeah, so all
Yeah,
these dudes
all the
that
younger
are definitely
dudes,
still
yeah.
in their like haven't hit geriatric yet.
The next is Harry Truman.
Worked. Absolutely worked.
Nah, he's kind of
that
soft.
That man's insta clap.
Nah, he's soft. Oh, you're saying you would insta clap him?
Yeah, that man's getting worked.
Soft.
Truman was 61. He was 5'9", 160 pounds.
Scrawny. Well, right cross.
Yeah, a little something.
I'm out of respect. Can we do FDR? Are we allowed to do
you
FDR?
cannot. No, you cannot do FDR. That is wrong.
It's clap.
That is wrong.
Imagine.
Can we do FDR?
Skip.
We're gonna skip FDR for purposes.
That's super fair.
Herbert Hoover. I feel like he's kind of soft too. Just, I love it.
That's
Charmin soft.
KD soft.
He was 54 in office. He was 5'11", 180 pounds. I mean, that's just a good
Pretty lean
matchup.
man, yeah.
I was I could probably take him just because he's probably smoked at least a pack a day.
That's
has bad
probably
lungs.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's got a fat face. Probably doesn't have a real strong jaw.
You got him.
Secret Service is loving this.
Yeah. Calvin Coolidge.
Our FBI agent is upset. Right
Yeah.
Calvin Coolidge is also getting worked.
Oh.
Yeah.
How big was Calvin Coolidge in office?
5'10", 150 pounds.
Oh, he's small.
yeah,
He's
smoke.
kind of small. Yeah.
Oh,
51 years old.
TKO or what are we saying? What are we saying?
What I give Hoover?
You gave Hoover. Could probably take him.
TKO for Coolidge.
All right.
That man's soft as shit.
Now you got Warren G. Harding.
See, Harding worries me slightly.
he's a bigger dude,
I
right?
feel that.
He's a little.
He's
bigger.
kind of older though, wasn't he? He's a little older.
He was 55.
No, never mind. Never mind. He was younger than I thought he was.
He's
See all?
just kinda-
Isn't it crazy to see all these appropriately aged presidents?
Hey, yo.
Hey, is that a hot take?
He's one
Is
of-
that-
No, that's a very solid take.
On his Wikipedia, it says that Warren G. Harding is generally regarded as one of the worst presidents in United States history.
Damn.
So just because of that, it's a TKO.
Fair enough.
You messed up our country. Out of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Woodrow Wilson, you're getting clapped. You are getting the work from Woodrow
Yeah,
Wilson.
He's known as the school teacher.
Yeah,
so
you're-
he's probably just gonna like make me
You're
want
getting,
mommy.
you're getting the clap, bro.
I'm saying on my best day. On me best day.
Now we got the big man himself. Sorry, go ahead.
Breaking news. The Ravens just traded Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals.
Oh, to the
That
Cardinals.
is in fact breaking news.
They traded Hollywood Brown and the number 100 pick to the Cardinals for the number 23 pick.
What do they want?
I don't know, but breaking news. Wee woo.
That is actually pretty huge.
Also-
Live on the pod.
Live on the pod.
very very real to the podcast and then what we're discussing. I clicked on this website that I was on that was talking about who would win the ultimate president fist fight.
Oh my
which is
God.
very appropriate. Just kind of ranking what they were doing. So
you're
Gerald
talking like-
Ford was the boxer and a head boxing coach at Yale in the U.S.
Oh my
Navy.
lord.
So whatever I put for him, I need that.
Yeah, you're
shit
getting
to be, I'm
clapped.
unalive.
You're getting unalive.
I'm
Bro,
getting
you said if
worked.
I hit him in the balls enough.
Nah, we're dropping that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no shot.
I did not know that. That is hilarious.
I
it's
knew he was like a
really
really
that good.
I knew he was a really hard army guy, but I didn't know he did that stuff too.
On presidents facts. This is
Yeah, it's
good
actually-
for us to learn about the presidents.
And like what I put for Eisenhower, I mean, he was old when he went in.
Put him,
but, like,
dude. You put him on my best day, maybe I would drop him.
There's
if
no
I,
way.
Probably.
if I hit him in the balls enough.
Yeah, probably. That's fair.
So now we got the big man himself, William Howard Taft, who was too big for his bathtub.
He was 340
Yeah, he was
pounds.
A big man.
Huge. That man
An
was
absolute
huge.
unit of
That
a
man was huge.
absolute unit.
But he was the Yale intramural wrestling champion.
Interesting.
So that
But you're
gives
not-
me
you're not wrestling,
pause.
You're not wrestling. It's you're boxing.
It's not boxing. It's
Or
just
fight, just a
just
street
street
fight.
fighting?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
a
he would
street
just
fight.
lay on you. He's just like,
You gotta catch me first.
You would get grappled.
yeah, yeah.
I get grappled. I would say Taft on my best day. Man, how old was he in office? Actually,
I don't think he was too old.
On my best day, maybe.
All right. And Theodore Roosevelt.
They have him ranked as number one.
Hey,
who would
You're
win.
getting clapped.
You're dying. It's not
You're
you're
actually
dead.
gonna die.
He was 5'10", 210.
You will die.
But
combat
solid.
experience.
Bro,
Read
he's-
the combat. Hold on. Let me read the combat
Yeah.
experience. Number one, several boxing, wrestling, judo, and jiu-jitsu
Evans.
matches well into adulthood. Runner-up in a Harvard boxing tournament. Captain and commander of the New York National Guard. Colonel in the United States Army. And the first U.S. president to receive the Medal of Honor. Roosevelt continued to regularly box and hold judo matches while in office, including one bout in which he was hit so hard he suffered permanent damage in the left eye. I'm
Evans.
getting shit on. Absolutely rolled. And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not even close.
Yeah, you're dying.
Yeah, you die. You're actually unalive.
Completely unalive. If there's a
Yeah.
tier below unalive, that's where I'm putting Theodore Roosevelt. Thank you for watching and listening to another edition of the Bros and the Berg podcast. For Ryan, Connor, and Robbie, we will see you on the next one.
Please gamble responsibly.